So how can music artists effectively integrate backup dancers into their performances without being overshadowed?
Ooh.
Yeah, because that's something we talk about often. Because the job of the backup dancer is to be the support, not to be the main act.
Yeah.
So what are the considerations for artists when working with choreographers and dancers?
The singer's not in the music video.
I think the
Don't feature
job.
them at
I
all.
think the
Yeah.
job lies with the choreographer.
Yeah, I was
think
about
that
to say.
is 100% the choreographer's job. I think like the artist needs to be mindful of who they're hiring as a choreographer and as the coordinator of the entire shoot first, and then also communicate their vision of what they want.
Like if you were say, I guess if you were working with a first time this is the first time working with a choreographer, like what are the bullet points of like, I don't know, I've never worked with choreographers, what would make them feel comfortable to work with a dancer? Because it's easy to like see on Instagram, oh, their choreography is dope, but then you put them in the video, like you're completely overshadowed. Like how do you?
I think the first thing an artist has to do is know their own skill. Because I've worked with multiple artists who I'm not going to name that
What are the names again?
that usually say,
For the
well, Beyonce does this with their dancers. I want to do this because Beyonce does this. And I'm like, that's fantastic, but you're not Beyonce. And I think, I get it. We all have our artistry and we all have confidence in ourselves. But realizing, like, where is my skill level as a dancer, as a performer, and as a music artist are three different things. Like, they're not all the same. Then they do blend. There are some overlaps for sure. But realizing, like, I am a decent dancer. You're not a great dancer or a good dancer. You're a decent dancer. So that's okay. That just means that you hire a good choreographer to incorporate moves that you can do with the microphone or a headset, depending, that's going to make a difference as well on your performance. Also, talking to the choreographer of what's the vibe of the song. Like, is it fun? Is it hype? Is it very intimate? And then the choreographer should say, okay, let me take the vibe you like. Let me take your skill set. What can you do? And then hire dancers that, one, physically won't overshadow you. So like if you're 5'5", don't hire a 6'2" dancer. Hire people who visually can complement you, and then moves where you can do something. Like right now, I'm working on a performance next weekend with a music artist, and he was like, I'm not a great dancer, but I can do one of these, and we'll switch it up. And I'm like, cool. Us as dancers, our job is to make it like, even though it's just this, is to make it look like this is the coolest thing, and it looks very in sync together. So I think that just knowing your skill, knowing your level, knowing what you can and cannot do, hiring people who look or complement you, and not killing it.
I don't have the experience, being in like a music video shoot or working. I'm sorry, yes. I'm at the wrong table, I see. I
Neither
need
do
to
I.
switch seats with somebody. I need to be the one submitting the questions. I need to be the one.
You should just
I'm
read
on
it.
the wrong side of the camera. I should be with the audience.
Should be watching
So-
this in 2 months.
Yeah. Well, the videos that come to mind when I think of, when I think about music videos and artists, I remember Justin Bieber's Love Yourself music video that featured Keone and Mari.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the Sorry music video, which it was Paris Goebel?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And to my understanding, Justin wasn't in either of those music videos at all. It was just complete dancers only, which I think is awesome. And one that's a little bit not Justin Bieber is what Taylor Swift did, Shake It Off. And that featured more dance than anything. I think there's ways we can do it. I think it just comes down to what dancer wants to, or what artist wants to share the spotlight. Because, like, think about the song Sorry. Justin Bieber totally could have done a music video where it's just him singing in a mic and he has like 3 or 4 background dancers, and that's the whole video. And that probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was his decision or his creative director's decision or whatever, but it was like, you know what? No, let's get a dance crew in here. Let's get somebody to come do this. For Love Yourself, let's get Keone and Mari to do a whole story. So, I don't know. Like those, but I will say, when you mentioned your question, those are the music videos that came to my mind.
Or like Sia, how she hired.
Ooh, Shia LaBeouf and I forget that.
Maddie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just sang and Maddie just did, and
Her
the
thing.
dancers did everything.
But that
Yeah.
became her thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing too. Like, there's two conversations here. It's music videos and then live performances.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are very, very different. So repetition is always nice because choruses repeat. Choreography is easy to remember, especially if you're on a tour and you have like one of multiple songs to do. It's like, okay, I remember the touchback is this the choreography for the chorus or the hook or whatever that may be. So that's a nice, easy thing to do, not only for dancers, but for the artists, because if they're not used to dancing, they're like, okay, I know what this is. And then if you're going to do a dance-focused music video, then yeah, sometimes the artist doesn't even need to be there. But it's also being confident in an artist to say, I don't need to be in the video, instead of like, no, it has to be about me, it has to be about me. But different thing. Branding is, depending on your manager and whatnot, it's going to be. I mean, look at American artists before a few years ago to now K-pop, where it's like K-pop dancers are, the thing, or J-pop or P-pop. It's like that is the focus now, is dancing, and it's all part of the artistry rather than it's like backup dancers. Now the artists are the dancers, and then the other people are just kind of like atmosphere sometimes, when it used to be reversed. So
Yeah.
I think it just all ends up being what is the end vision, like whether it's what the artist wants him to be the main figure, or again, like you guys will see, I'm not too familiar with the music video world. That's something I know nothing about. Even live performances, I'm really bad at that. But I'm just watching. It's always up to like, what is my end product? What am I trying to tell? If it's better that Keone and Mari go ahead and take over the whole thing, which was probably a great move because they're great dancers. They know how to tell a story through their body and movement. That's boom, there it is. Or maybe I want to be the thing. I can rock it. I can rock this music video. I also do agree with like live performances and music videos being completely different beasts when it comes to like, okay, what I prioritize. Mostly live performance. Who are you going for? You're going for the artists. You're not going for the dancers. Let's be honest here. Music video is different because you can kind of build a story, another story, almost arcing around that song. So.
Well, and with live performances, you have to remember that the artist has to hit their marks for every single song. So it's not just choreography for like this one song or this one thing. So knowing yourself as an artist of what you are capable of, because you also have to the whole show is usually choreographed. It's not just the choreography that's choreographed. The entire show, there's a movement director who directs your movement and choreographs where you walk this way and then you walk this way and then you drop down into the audience. It's like a whole beast.
Yeah. It's like really broadened that level, that definition of choreography. It's not just
absolutely.
that. It's hit this mark, raise your hand, fireworks. Fireworks happen. Everything has to be timed to really deliver the experience.
And that's a lot to remember in a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Plus you're singing.
2 hours and singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, going back to Taylor Swift real quick, like with I see like clips of people post like their own clips of like them being at the shows, and you can see that everything is like choreographed down to her taking her jacket off. It's a full 8 count to take her jacket off for like her on stage like quick change, because it's like she has to get to the song. There's a full 8 count for her to like take that off, and then she has to do like a little dance with the dancers, and then start singing again. Because she doesn't sing and dance at the same time because she doesn't have that training, and that's okay.
Also staging. I mean, I have friends who are dancers for like Britney, and those stages are not like a small rectangle stage. It's like there's a runway that goes all the way down with the stage at the end, and then there's a stage over here, but there's an elevated stage. If you go and take an elevator up, it's like it's not. You got to be on it. You can't just be like, oh shit, I missed my 8 count to go. That's it. You missed it. You can't get over there. It's not just a walk. You have to run all the way
down. There's a hole now.
That just makes me think like the Super Bowl performances.
Oh yeah.
Where they gotta fucking run how many 8 counts across the field.
Or if you do too much, you're in the air. So you might fall off of that platform. Like there's so many factors. Yeah.
A live performance that comes to mind is Kendrick's concert that he did in that recently.
Pop Out?
The Pop Out concert. When he did Not Like Us, he had just those two girls.
Mhm.
It was just 3 people on this huge stage. And if you want to talk about a way to really highlight your dancers, that's a way to do it. Less is
Use
more.
less.
Less is more. And so then you can really highlight maybe a specific style or a specific individual.
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden your focus goes directly to those 2 girls and they're killing it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think a group that did that pretty well was Black Eyed Peas before
Ooh.
early
I
2000s.
have to see. I don't know.
So yeah,
Someone
they used to
disagrees,
feature
though.
Before they
like
made
No,
bar
say
mitzvah
that's a good
music?
one.
no, they used to.
Oh.
This was probably before Fergie joined.
Oh, okay.
So way before they started making bar
Before-
mitzvah
yeah,
music.
Before, because then they would actually feature like b-boys, hip hop, yeah, all
And
that
then they
stuff.
got Fergie and they got her doing
And then,
fuck movies.
and then they became like more commercial. But okay, next question.
Hi.